back in the game. No more gapping. Let's get this freaking video started. I know what it is. Women generally a gold digger. Is she evil? She just want to take you and drain you dry. Yes, and the other said kind of. The reason why she was a gold is she wants this and that is because she hasn't overcame her lower nature and she's in survival mode. She's seen things not go her own way, her going to school with the same clothes, her parents. So that put her in shock, especially she's a woman and she expects to be like shielded and protected. That fear scares the living crap out of her and it shocks her and it puts her in this mindset, to get as much money from a man as possible. This fear has been programmed in her for years and is passed down. That's why it's like these women, they want money from you, they get it from you and they act like you never exist and go off. Sorry, my tongue is red. Pause, because I was just eating some Takis. And they live in survival mode and they never get out of it. They're just so money hungry. Hey, cash at me $10. Cash at me $15. Because I believe when we're born with grace. We're born with innocence, like a child. We start free. But then these things happen. We get passed on these traits DNA and it just keeps happening, the loop. That's why these women are certain ways, because what's been going on. Not because they're just gold diggers and they're evil. Yes, because what's been done, you know. In fear. Women live in fear, bro. Like I have sisters, bro. So tell me, hey, bro, I needed this, bro, I need that. And I'll go do what I gotta do to give her this, because I know it's urgency. But me, it's like, I'm not really in a rush like that. I am sort of, but I'm just gonna do everything once at a time, because I want to make any costly mistakes. I could make a mistake, but I don't have this yet, because if I'm doing this, I might as well just go in the bank and rob it and risk that instead of me just doing all this to get this thing. But she's thinking out of fear, so you got to do what she wants so she could sue that and get what she needs to get. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just trying to see what's up, to see what works. But she's not thinking like this. She's like, I need to get this now, because she's in survival mode and she lives like that. She's poor. That's why they're golders at this, because they're just poor, you know. Or they're just bred that way and it's passed down. They live in fear. Women live in fear. You know, it's hard for them to be in that feminine state of mode. You know what I'm saying? It's really hard because she's in survival mode. She's in fear. It's hard to be feminine. It's hard to be that when you're in fear. A masculine man is a little different. We're gonna face. We're meant to take over, overcome. But them, it's a little different. They live in fear 24/7. They insecure. That's fear. You know, they live in fear mode. Why she pull back is fear. They live in a constant state of fear. And she's not going to overcome her nature. She's going to sell you off for information. She's going to sell you out for $1. You know? She even sell her kids for $1. This is what they would do. Fear is false evidence opinion, or something may look crazy, but it's not. It was a mistake. It wasn't disputed, and you got scared and you done something you shouldn't do. That's what these women do. They put everybody in everybody's lives at stake because of fear. They've been programmed that. They haven't got over that. It's rare to find a woman that doesn't live in that mode. That's why it's like now they're gold diggers. They're on a corner in Figueroa or whatever place they are in the alleyway doing some whatever type of things, jumping on 1,000 poles and swiping it up and down. Because they live in that survival mode. You know, man, we can't just be like, I'm gonna just go do that. Unless if you want to, but we prefer to do the hard work. You know, we prefer to find ourselves. But these women, they don't really do that. They live in survival mode. A lot of these chicks, they be doing certain things on the side to get by. Like, man, we gotta figure it out and do what we gotta do. We gotta have to face that fear head on, and then we become better. We become exceptional. But then they can act like they are, but I don't know. They live off of fear. It's like when you rescue and help her, it's like the fear just left her because you saved her. And then when she gets that, and she leaves you, You know, and then she divorced, grapes your ass. Now you're like shocked. I thought she loved me. She didn't love you. She's designed that way. She's been trying to act accordingly to get what she needs to get because she's in survival mode. She's not really you. You gotta find a woman who's overcame her herself, her environment. But you know, it's kind of rare, to be honest with you, especially in this country. And y'all guys are going to third world country thinking you find a top queen or this. No. Because women operate in fear. It's rare to find a woman that operates that because she would have to be a true woman. So you're not going to find it like that. If you do, then you're probably lying because it don't really exist like that. Men, we could face fear. We could do it. But women, they live in that mode 24/7. Or they hide it. So if you want to think you find that, nigga, think wrong. Nigga, go look in the mirror and look away from it. It's gonna keep staring at you because you're delusional. That's why she's a gold digger. She hasn't overcame her nature. The things that have been done years. The RAP, the brutality, crazy stuff went on to the years. So why women are what they are, and they still live a certain way and they don't change because they're insane. Oh shoot. You know? And that's what it is. You know? They have this FOMO, fear of missing out. You're not supposed to be triggered by fear 24/7. But this society does that. It's mind control. And women, they live that. That's kind of insane. This is why fathers are truly important. But fathers are not in the house because they have the government system to replace that. You know, so now it's almost kind of useless, you know, and it's not even effective. Then it's kind of sad it has to be that way. You know, it's really sad. So she's down to do what she does. She's going to be most likely a victim in the Figueroa Street walking around. Hello, walking with her high heels. You want a service? You want a service? Open your car window and get to action. So that's why. So you gotta find a woman that's able to overcome her nature. Stop caring about missing out and what people think or that. But you ain't gonna find that ever. You're never gonna find that. So think twice. It's gonna be rarer than rubies, like the Bible says. You know, she has to overcome her nature. It was gonna be tended by Satan, information, wealth, which is a trap. Which is bullshit. You know, so I doubt that. I doubt you will find it. So think twice again. Think twice. She can't even be alone. She needs somebody, a man. Bro, in order to find God, you kind of have to be alone for a minute. You know? But you're not going to find that because it don't really, exist. Just thinking about the reality. You know? So think twice. You know? Don't be delusional. She sees what this girl is doing, or Jenny, she just bought this new purse or new this. She needs to get that too. It does something to her, bro. So she does it. The system utilizes that to consume it. So she runs and she racks up her credit, everything. And she buys it. She's not secured from within. She does all this crap. This is mad chaos. They weaponize their desire, which is dangerous. And she doesn't overcome that until she's fat. It's overdue. She's broke. Now she's really in a fucked up situation where she calls on you for help. She's on her best behaviors, her tippy toes, because she has to survive. It's just insane, bruh. You gotta find her that overcomes that nature, that lower nature. Satan. Man. She has to reject man and go to her man or whatever. Or connect to God. And she will be free. She will be able to be feminine. I don't even, she'll be able to paint art, be art. You know what I'm saying? But I fucking doubt that. Just by the way they are and their mindset, I fucking doubt that. You show me one. You show me a picture of one that have done that. Not on the internet. Don't show me nothing on the internet. You better give me a phone number of her overcoming her nature. You show me a fucking. You better show me real video description. If you're not, then you're fucking. No, you're lying. Don't show me no thing on the internet. Don't show me no video. I want to see behind the scenes. I want to see all of that. Her going through it is non-existent, buddy, brother. It's non-existent. I don't want to see that. This is even biblically, bro. So whatever people say or that, she's gonna fall for it. She's not. She's listening to man commands, unless if it's morally. But man, bro, she's gonna get blinded, and then she's gonna have to sleep with the devil. So for the deeds, for things to be done, get done. So yeah.